For quite a while now, I've wanted a blue Metal Flake Strat. Now the trouble is that Fender has never produced a Strat in that color, although the custom shops have produced a few from what I understand in the past. The trouble is those are going to be hard to find and well beyond my price range. Now there are a few aftermarket Strat bodies available, but there's two problems with that. One would amount to building a guitar from scratch, which is possibly a little bit beyond my capabilities right now. The other is that Metal Flake encompasses a wide range of particle sizes, everything from like 1/4 inch size sequins down to fine metal particles. And the look I was wanting was kind of reminiscent of the 60s custom cars with the very fine particles in it. Now, luckily, I was able to find a spray from Duplicolor, and it's a clear metal flake that's designed to go over existing finishes. And along with that, I found from Plastic Coat a spray lacquer that's designed to go over metal flake finishes. Now, I do have a metallic blue Squire Affinity, and since that was never going to become a valuable instrument, I figured why not give it a shot and try to do it myself. So the first thing that I did was strip down the body. It took everything off except for the tremolo bridge. I figured that might be a little bit difficult to get back on and adjust right, and also it seemed to be pretty easy to mask off. So I left that on, masked it with masking tape, and I also then took the back plate and put a piece of tape over the holes there. In addition to that, I also put on some longer screws for where the posts are for the straps, and put on some washers and some O-rings to give it a little space there, and I'll show you what that purpose was a little bit later. Now, once I got the guitar stripped, I then washed it off with a solution of vinegar and water, 50-50%. And once that was done, I would only handle it with either rubber gloves or this special rig that I made up to keep any oil from my hands off the finish. Getting anything like that on there would mess up the spray job. Put it on a pedestal in my spray booth, and was then able to spray the sides of it and rotate it to get the other sides. Now once I got done with the sides, I was able to pick it up and use this rig that I made. The rig consisted of a piece of PVC pipe along with some insulated wires with some snap hooks at the end. And what I did was with this was to carefully attach it onto the screws where the post hooks were, being very careful not to touch the hooks to the wet finish on the guitar. And with that in place, it was fairly easy to pick up then and then hang from the top of my spray booth so I can then easily spray the front and the back of the guitar. Now, with the glitter, with the Metal Flake spray, I only went and did about 2 to 4 passes with that. That seemed to be enough to give me the particles that you could actually see without overdoing it. If you overdo it, it starts turning the surface gray, which is kind of defeating the purpose. Once that dried for about a half hour, then I started putting on the coats of the clear lacquer. I would use about 10 coats of the clear lacquer, which is about 2 cans worth of this, and let it dry for about 30 minutes in between coats. I did not sand in between coats, and once all the 10 coats were on, I then let it cure for about 2 days and then started the sanding and the polishing, which I will show you in the next video.